I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love debauchery. I like a little good old debauchery.
Yeah.
I like a little good old rebellion and lawlessness.
Deviant.
You know,
Deviance.
and deviance. I like all those things, man. I'm from the hood, man. I'm a wicked dude too, man. I'm sinful. I'm a sinful man. And I appreciate all those things in
Small quantities.
I mean, just keep that shit, between you and whatever, man. Like, why does everybody gotta know what y'all do behind closed doors? It makes no sense to me. What's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia, aka The Llama, and Brian Licata, my partner in misinformation. It's so good to see you. It's so good to have you people back. All our listeners out there, whoever you are, all 20 of you motherfuckers. It's good to be back. Big up to all of you. Big up to you, Brian. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I got some stuff I want to talk about today. So I've been excited for this episode. There's been, a couple of things. Me and you have been going back and forth on some shit, So we got. I think we're gonna have a good show today.
I hope. That's me what that was. I've been watching too many game shows. I've been enjoying watching the world demise. How about you? The world just deteriorate. How about you?
Yeah, it's kind of cool, man. It's kind of cool. And
I didn't think I'd be around. I didn't think I'd be around for this, but it just so happens that here I am in the belly of the beast while it all goes down.
Now, here's the thing always about living in New Jersey, right? You could always say, like, at least you're not in New York, or DC, but you're kind of in the middle of everything, So if we ever get invaded, they're definitely storming the beaches in Jersey. Maybe not Atlantic City.
I doubt they're going to storm the beaches. Even though if they do, they're just going to walk right on. Who's going to say anything? A first line of defense is the crackheads.
All they need to do is bring a lighter with them when they come to invade.
Just bring rock. They'll join their crew. They're like, we with you, dog. They came bearing gifts. I'm feeling all right, man. Thanks for asking.
You look good.
Do you think so? Thank you.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that, man. Okay. I had a little bit back into that. See, I took it as sincerity, man. I thought we were.
Dude, it was sincere.
I thought you was being sincere with me. I didn't know you was messing with me. That's all right.
Listen, I was.
I'm a little slow on the go today. But I'm gonna snap back, dog, and then then I'm just gonna have to rip you apart verbally.
I'm glad to have you here.
It's good to be here, man. I got my boy, big up to Gary Croman. At this particular moment, he is working on my llama logo.
Oh,
making shirts with a llama on it.
I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, so am I. He's real good. So I'm very excited. Also, we're gonna have him on the show too. So I'm very excited about that too. He's agreed to be on the show. I gotta actually start, hitting these people up who agreed to do our shows and start getting them on. The thing is, I like when it's just me and you chilling. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I like having people on, but I also like, I like being home with just my brother.
Yeah, man.
Kicking it,
I feel the same way, but it's cool. We kind of go on runs. We'll do like maybe 5 to 7 to 8 episode run one way, then we go the other way, then we go back, then we go forward. I like it.
I like to keep you guessing, like to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So come at me, dog. What is it you wanna throw at me that you have? That
dude, I don't really. Well, one video I got from a friend of mine today. We posted it on the Rated G Instagram. Have you seen that? I don't know. Have you seen?
Oh, what, the UFO?
Yes.
I didn't even see it on that thing. I was looking, I didn't see it. The one I sent you looked a little more, you could tell what the fuzz, but is that real? Is it not real? It's hard to tell. I couldn't even see what that was when you sent it to me, man.
All right, well, hold on.
All right, so what are we looking at? That little 2 white things up there?
3.
But all you actually see is like light things. You don't really even see if it's like an object. That could be birds. That could be two birds. I don't know.
Nah, bro, not the way they were moving.
Well, how do birds move? That is so hard to see. Not the best footage. You know, what is that? I don't know. I don't know what it is because I can't see. Maybe if we could see it, we know what it is. You know, maybe it's a synchronized what are those things called that you just bought?
A drone?
That fucking drone. Maybe they're synchronized drones. You know, who the hell knows? You can't tell from there. This person's filming it like he caught something big. He caught 4 dots in the fucking sky.
3.
Fucking moron. Yeah, you sent that to me, and I was like, what the fuck is he sending this to me for?
Dude, I don't know. I want to know what it is.
So easily. I mean, I sent you one today that looked a little fucking better than that. It actually looked like a spaceship in the sky. But the truth is it real? Did they add it there? I don't fucking.
Yeah, you never know.
You don't know anything anymore, man. Everything is
what. Where did you send it to me at?
Instagram. Right before you sent me that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You sent me that right after. I sent you that.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, this one was crazy, man.
This one is crazy. Now, this one, if it is real, that is crazy. That's some crazy shit right there, yo. Yeah. You know, but like we said, it's so hard to tell.
You just don't know, man.
Where's the one I sent you? Let's see it. You just say that's crazy, and then you don't show it to our listeners.
Relax, bro. Jesus Christ, I'm pulling it up.
I just feel like you look like you was a little too relaxed. That's the problem. You was just relaxed too much.
Oh, jeez.
All right. We're here. We're together, baby. I know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's my energy. Let me rewind, pull it back.
Hold on.
And let's look at some UFOs together, all right?
Here, hold on a second. Give me a good intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is so good to be back here in good vibes and good energy with my brother in misinformation, Brian Licata.
Gee, I'm so happy to be here tonight, bro.
You deserved a better introduction than that, but I'm glad you're here, Brian.
Yeah,
I really am. What would I be doing if you wasn't here? Sleeping, getting some rest, getting some beauty sleep that I desperately need.
You look great, man. I
feel like I look a little pale, and I got the light trying to shine that it gives me color. But
I think you're coming into your own.
All right. Well, Brian, if you wouldn't mind, would you like to show our viewers, our listeners, this supposed UFO that I sent you today?
I have it queued up, Gary. I'd be happy to show it to our fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This is what I sent you today.
Y'all can't tell me that ain't no fucking UFO.
But like, show them what it is. That thing with the light coming down the middle. Because I thought it was those light shits at first, but it's that shit right there. Now that.
Let's see what they talking about.
That looks like a UFO.
That's a plane.
Yeah, that's obviously. I mean, if that's real, then that's obviously a UFO. I thought it was gonna like zap it up. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Now, if that was real, right? That's it. That's the whole thing.
What is that, y'all?
I don't know, y'all. But
if that is real, that is
if that is real, the pilot was like, "What the fuck is that?" when he rolled by it. But here's the thing: like, someone in the plane had to have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the plane had to have seen that. Nobody pulled out their phone and recorded it. Just this one dude.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's hard to believe any of those things. But like I said, I just wouldn't be surprised if, if tomorrow we wake up and there's a million of those things fucking just hovering over everybody.
What would you do? What would your reaction be?
My thought, just of thinking about it right now, I got to make sure I get some weed tonight because I'm running low. That's the first thing I think is like, if that shit's going to happen, I definitely want weed in my house in abundance so that I know, it depends on how close it is.
Mm-hmm.
If like I woke up and they were over the boardwalk, I'd probably grab my son, my cat, and my dog and start heading toward New York.
New York? I don't think I would go to New
They'd
York.
probably be over.
Yeah.
If they're over the boardwalk, they're over New York. You know what I'm saying? So where do you go? I don't know. I just drive. I definitely go in the opposite direction. That's where I would go.
But the hard part is to think about is you're just running away from a UFO, a spacecraft that can probably just transport itself wherever you are.
Well, I mean, you're giving them a lot of credit. All right. I mean, I don't know that much yet, but I am saying that I would just try to get away from it and listen to the radio, because I'm not going to hang around like those idiots like, we welcome you, and then they all get disintegrated. You know, it's not going to be me. Your mother's ass. You know, so I don't know. I definitely would have to like wait and figure out what's going on. I'm not going to, you know, and if they were like over the highways and shit, then I'd probably sit in my crib and see what's going on. You know, start looking for all kinds of weapons and shit. See, this is why you need to have a gun, people. I think that's why they're trying to take our guns, so that the aliens can come unobstructed. Boom. Did we just hit a new, did I just create a new
okay. So there's some things I heard about today that, you know, spawned after the conversation of the questionable, obviously, UFO video that we watched, not the one we watched, the one that I showed.
Yeah, so, the one with the 4 dots.
3 and
3. I said 3, you said 4. I say 4, you say 3.
Anyway.
All right, let's call the whole thing off.
A rocket mysteriously crashed on the moon. The military intel world has no idea who sent it. So they released this photo of this like double crater on the moon. And they think it's you know, they're not sure where on Earth it came from. You know, no country is taking credit for it. So no one knows.
And where's this from? This is on what? What's the site? The Truth hopefully is out there.
Task and Purpose. Here, hold on. Here we go. We'll go. I got Yahoo. NASA said a rocket of unknown national origin that crashed into the moon earlier this year produced a double crater on the surface, an unexpected feat. The agency's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which collects data on the moon, spotted 2 craters after the mystery rocket body collided with the moon on March 4th.
And do we have any video of this?
No.
Of course not. I don't buy it.
You don't buy what? What
story
part of it? All of it?
That a rocket crashed on the moon. Maybe they hit it with a missile. But I don't buy that a rocket. Why should I buy that? Because they show me a picture of a bunch of little fucking, it looks like the moon has acne. A bunch of little white heads and 2 little black heads. And the black heads was the rocket.
Well, I think with the, you know, amateur telescopes, they kind of have to like say shit, because like, you know, people look at the moon all the time, you know, amateurs. So there's like, you know, they got to have an explanation for something if something changes.
And these amateurs would know if something changes.
I guess, yeah, if they look at it often enough.
You buying that?
I don't know if I'm buying the story, but I mean,
I'm just saying, I don't know. So a rocket crashed on the moon and it left a dent. What did they expect it to do?
Well, it's just the fact that they don't know where the rocket came from.
Oh, they know.
Well, they're not saying.
They know.
So what is it that they're not saying is what I want to know.
Whatever they don't want us to hear. They're not saying whatever they don't want us to know, baby. Think about what you want to know and that they don't want you to know. That's what they're not saying, baby. See, here at Rated G, man, you're always going to get pure wisdom and knowledge. You know?
Some version of that, for sure.
Some version of it, man. So did you reach out to that account that I told you to see if we can get this person?
I sent the email that they had listed on their YouTube. So
all right. Let's see, man. Let's see. I would love to get them on. You know, I don't even know I brought that up, people, because not something I really want to go into. But you know what it is? I've been checking out a lot of like the videos that are trying to debunk the What Is a Woman documentary. And I've been like, I watched the long ones because I already know the short ones are going to be no argument at all. It's just going to be a lot of dumb shit. But if I see that it's like 45 minutes or an hour, then I'm like, okay, this person probably put some thought into what they're saying, you know, and I definitely want to hear the other side give a decent argument as to what's going on.
Yeah.
And nope, I've yet to find it.
Well, okay, so let's debunk. What's your own debunking of the documentary? You should put that out there, I think. What would you say to debunk any part of it at all? Like, what are your criticisms, I guess would be the better way of putting it.
Well, I would say that they probably cut out a lot of things where people were able to say what a woman was. I'm pretty sure they have some videos where they got answers, and the answer that they probably agree with, which is a woman is a grown female human being. That's what a woman is. You know what I'm saying?
And
an adult female human being. But they didn't, I'm sure they didn't put those in there because that would, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't have a problem with the documentary. I thought it was pretty, I thought it was pretty interesting. What I find interesting about the people who try to debunk it is that, they come at it as transphobia, and they say that they're against trans people, but that's not the argument coming from anybody. Like I listen to the Matt Walsh, I listen to the other Italian dude and Shapiro and that whole crew that comes out of there, and none of them is saying that they don't validate trans people. What they're saying is first of all, that there is an absolute truth, which is a man has a penis, a woman has a vagina. That's just the truth. That's all it is. And that's all they're saying. And then right away they say that's transphobia. No, that's biology, right? Is that what it is? Biology? I don't know. I'm not that smart. But that's, in other words, that's science. That's just what it is, people. That doesn't, the fact that a person has a dick or a woman doesn't validate that person at all in any way whatsoever. Since when has anybody cared about an individual person if that person does nothing? You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why you don't feel validated. You don't feel validated even if you was a woman or a man. You just don't feel validated. So you're trying to become something that people will validate.
Right.
But, not everyone gets validated, man. Just because you're born with a penis or vagina, what does that validate you as? A human being? That's really what it validates you as, and on one side or the other, because that's the norm. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what they're kicking. So they're not kicking that they were against trans people. In fact, I would say all of them except the Italian dude.
What Italian dude are you talking about?
I forgot his name, man. Let me look it up real quick, man. What's his name? Daily Wire. Let's see. Not Jordan Peterson. All right, here we go. Who works? All right, so you got I think it's Knowles Andrew. Is that who it is? Yeah, I think it's Knowles. I think it's Knowles Andrew.
Knowles Andrews.
I think that's him. I think that's him. He's the only one. Is that him? Let me see the picture, if that's him. I mean, I like him. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with everything any of them say. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I still have a mind of my own that I don't have to just agree with everybody, But every one of them, except for I think him, doesn't really have well, actually, I think he said it too, that he doesn't have a problem what you do when you're an adult.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're 18, 21, whatever, the age is that
dude,
it is. Then do whatever you want. So the problem they have is them teaching that to children, bringing that into schools, to young schools. That's the problem they have. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem that I have as well. That's why I'm able to relate to them, because I have the same problem. I don't like them bringing that shit into schools. It's unnecessary. And the fact that they're trying to say that, some men have penises, some have vaginas. Come on, man. That's what they're trying to do, is dumb down the fucking world. They're trying to dumb people down so that you agree with something that we all know is stupid. It's just silly. It's just silly. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to not validate trans people. If trans people are validated, if you're a male who transitioned to female, you are a trans female. That's what you are. That's what you did. Are you ashamed of what you did that you don't want to just be called trans female? Because that's what you did. You trans into a female, right? I mean, you transitioned into a female or transitioned into a dude. And that's what you are, a trans dude, a trans female. Boom. And there's
trans dude.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, trans man, trans, you know what I mean, dog. In other words,
I know.
Like,
it's
end of the story.
Really
like,
funny.
why?
It's really funny.
Why is that so bad? Why is it so bad? Is it because the fact that you transitioned, you still don't feel like a woman, so, or a man? So you need us to say, no, you are. You are. So you think that'll make you feel like that? No matter how much we say you are, I think your body will always know what it was genetically made as. It'll always know because it's got to
be tough, dude. It really,
yeah, honestly, listen, man. And once again, and then they say they're transphobic. I love my trans people, yo. I got no problem with them. I love my trans people, especially the ones coming out of Brazil. They're trying to put women out of business, yo. You know, so, you know, I don't hate nobody at all. But I'm just not with the silliness, man. I'm just not with the silliness. I'm not with, so, you know, I've been watching the left's videos, you know, trying to debunk all the shit that the right is saying. But the truth is they refuse to even get into it. You know, most of them, they won't even let the whole, like, they'll like break down an interview. And what they mean by breakdown is they're not going to show it. They're going to show like maybe one sentence that was said and they go, I don't understand. Meanwhile, I saw the movie. And the reason why you don't understand it is because you're not playing it in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you don't understand. I don't know if you watched it or if you just clicked along as I was watching you do your thing. But what's so funny, I noticed is that like a lot of times when they're making these, there's a reason why they think what they think and don't understand what the problem is, because they don't listen.
Right.
They want to talk. They want you to listen. They want to be heard, but they don't want to listen. And we spoke about this episode 1. Was it episode 1? We spoke about this. And that's really what it is. They don't want to hear what you have to say. Because I noticed that, you know, in one of them, every single time, like they were showing that doctor who was saying the damage that is being done, this person was just like doing their nails and not even paying attention, you know? And then they're talking about they want to give a biased, and that's what I'm looking for, something, you know, unbiased. And they're saying they want to give an unbiased, you know, reaction to it. But right from the jump, the shit's on for no more than 1 second. They're showing the interview and they're like, hold up. Look at this corny 1950 black and white. You know what I'm saying? They're like, what are they gonna do? Play a cartoon? And I'm like, yeah, that seems like you're gonna go into this very unbiased. You haven't even let this shit start. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when they were dropping the shit about who created genders and trans and the term trans. And they showed the dude who took that boy who his pee-pee got burnt and turned him into a girl. And, you know, him and his brother, you know what I'm talking about? We spoke about that, right? I forgot the dude's name, man. It was 2 boys, twins. One of them burnt their pee-pee off during the circumcision and fucked up his dingaling. So the doctor
David Reimer, right?
I think that's it.
Yeah, he was raised as a girl. Yeah, I remember this, David Reimer.
And, you know, he always felt awful with him. Now, he wasn't suffering from what is it called again? Gender dysmorphia? Is that what it's called? He wasn't suffering from that. The doctor was just like, he believed if you raised them as a child into a gender that they would become that gender.
And the parents went along with it, right?
And they went along with it because, you know, they listen to their doctors. If you can't trust your drug dealing doctor, who can you trust? You know what I'm saying? And then
trust you. I mean, not with money, but I trust you.
Well, you know, anything that you're gonna do, I'm gonna do too. So if I'm killing you, I'm killing me too.
Bang bang.
you know, but like, it's like she sees that and she's like, whoa, oh no, this is horrible. I don't think anybody in the community agrees with this guy, yet his name hangs on the wall in the LGBTQ headquarters or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the dude who coined the phrase. Well, if you look up, just say who coined the phrase transgender. And then there's this other dude, I forgot his name, Paul something. I can't see, I'm terrible with names, but the other dude's another one.
John Money.
John Money, that's him right there. Boom. John Money. And she's like, oh, well, we don't back that. And he, he doesn't, nobody even knows really who he is. Yes, that's the point. You need to know who it is that is making the rules of the things you're following. And that's the point that is very important, that she's saying like, oh, we don't even know who he is, so he's no big influence to us. No, he's actually the one who turned the terminology of what you are pushing now, which is transgenderism. And he's the one who, got it all started. And this motherfucker did nothing. And the things he did to that boy and that girl, well, the two boys, one he turned into a girl, he would have them doing sexual shit to each other and all kinds of stuff. He was a sick fucking puppy. And
his opinion, he said, I'm gonna pull up a quote. This is Wikipedia's. If I were to see the case of a boy aged 10 or 11 who's intensely erotically attracted toward a man in his 20s or 30s, the relationship is totally mutual and the bonding is generally totally mutual. And I would not call it pathological in any way. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Okay. And this is a dude who, you look at that, and he's the dude who, like, his teachings are renowned. Like, they renowned this dude still. And then there's the other dude, I can't remember his name. And then you got who's that other person, man? I'm forgetting. But whatever. I mean, it's all, doesn't even matter at any point. People are gonna believe what people want to believe. Oh, then you got the chick who started, Planned Parenthood. And they're going to say that, and then they're going to say that, oh, well, we don't agree with that. We don't agree with her being a Nazi. We don't agree with it. But it's founded on that, and we even looked up the statistics of how many people actually, when they go there, don't get an abortion. It's easy to count the number of people that don't get an abortion.
We have talked about this too. The ACLU, right, was founded by primarily Jews, right? Jewish lawyers, right? And one of the big early cases they got was defending neo-Nazis and their right to, peacefully protest in a town.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Well,
because they understood, man, once you start to restrict speech in any way, it's really only in the matter of who's wielding it. It's great if it's your side who's telling people what they can and can't say, but when it swings the other way, you're not going to be happy.
And I heard someone say the other day that, what's crazy is both sides claim to be fighting for freedom. But I will say this, that, freedom is also like almost a myth in a society. For a society to prosper, you can only be so free. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in other words, there has to be some sort of agreement between the society of things you will and will not do.
Right.
Things that are expected and things that the whole society deems not good. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain things that a society might not deem good that people do that I do not think the society should shun them or put them in jail, but it should never become the norm, because the norm's already established. You want to have a society where people are banging in the streets and you could bring kids to strip clubs and everything. Go start your own fucking country. Yeah. Go start a country where anything goes and see how far that lasts. See how far that'll get you. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from a dude, like I said it before, I'll say it again. I love debauchery. I like a little good old debauchery. Yeah. I like a little good old rebellion and lawlessness.
Deviant.
And
deviance.
And deviance. I like all those things, man. I'm from the hood, man. I'm a wicked dude too, man. I'm sinful. I'm a sinful man. And I appreciate all those things in
quantity, small quantities.
I mean, just, keep that shit between you and whatever, man. Like, why does everybody gotta know what y'all do behind closed doors? It makes no sense to me. It's like, and that's the thing I'm talking about. There has to be some sort of, I don't want to live under a society that's, on you about every fucking thing. I don't need no micromanaging. You know what I'm saying? But we do have to agree that murder is wrong. We have to agree that stealing is wrong. We have to agree that,
pedophilia.
That pedophilia is wrong. We have to agree. I mean, there's certain things you have to agree on for a society to flourish. You know what I'm saying? And those things have to have some sort of moral compass, because like I said, you could start a society where anything goes. You could easily do it. I mean, they've tried it, people. What do you think cults are?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone's eventually gonna, because people in general are gonna look for a leader. That's human nature. Mm-hmm. So even in a world of anything goes, they're gonna look for someone to say what they're doing is okay, to keep reassuring them, because the natural instinct is gonna tell them it's wrong. The law is written upon your heart, people. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're psychotic,
right? You
can't kill a person without no remorse. Mm-hmm. Whether you think you can or you can't, it's not in you to kill a person with no remorse, unless you're, psychotic or a complete fucking self-absorbed. I mean, there's people out there that have no empathy, but your average person has empathy,
right?
Your average person.
I mean, even
cares
people like
a little bit.
The guy Kuklinski, the Iceman.
Yeah.
Like, he said he like kind of felt bad about it, but to him it was like he had to do what he had to do. It's weird to hear. It's spooky. It's chilling.
Well, yeah, I mean, all that shit is, but me personally, I believe, like I said, the law is upon your heart. You know what's right, you know what's wrong.
Right. And it's interesting. And it's interesting how a lot of people have that same, heart.
And it's like right now, the shit we're kicking might get us kicked off of YouTube. If that happens, dude, check us out on Spotify if you're not already, or only in Soul. But like they'll and what kills me is, right, they'll throw our shit off of YouTube, right? Definitely off of TikTok. When we put up clips, they'll throw that shit off, but they'll leave a clip up where they have a person saying that doctors guess. They guess if you're a boy or a girl at birth, and 99% of the time that guess is right, but sometimes that guess isn't right. That's not
they guess.
They say guess all the time. The whole trans movement says that a doctor assigns your gender. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole movement, that when you're born, the doctor assigns your gender.
But how do they, do they know before they have the baby what it is most of the time? Right?
Who knows?
When they do the
sensible people?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the doctors who guess?
Yeah. What are you saying? Who's doing the guessing?
Listen. The whole trans movement, and when I say this, the LGBTQ trans movement. I say the leaders of this. I'm not talking about the people I know, because the people I know don't back this shit. You understand what I'm saying? They're like, yo, I hate the fact that I'm under that umbrella. You know what I'm saying? But yet that umbrella is the only umbrella they got to be under. So I feel their pain, But what they're pushing is that, see, because the thing they're pushing is that some men have penises, some men have vaginas, some women have vaginas, some women have penises. There is no actual female or male, in a sense, is what they're saying when it comes to gender. Now they're trying to separate gender from sex, but the truth is it's really not, and I forgot who it was that said it, but he said, when you talk about gender, you're actually talking about what's the word, man? Well, I remember the name now, Jordan Peterson. He was saying that when you're talking about gender, what you're actually talking about is like, I forgot what the word is, but like, like there are like some norms? Dudes, there are some dudes who are feminine.
Right.
And there are some chicks who are a little more masculine. We used to call them tomboys.
Right.
And those were the hot ones who usually got all the boys. You know what I'm saying? But now what they're saying is if you're acting that way, you're not a girl, you're a boy. That's why you're acting that way. And it's so funny because they want to make it fluid, but then what makes it a boy? I can't be a girl that likes to do
right.
boy,
See, that's
typical boy things.
That's the thing. So it's like, okay, well, if there isn't any gender, then what are you trying to be?
You know?
What are you trying to be? If there isn't any, right? Like you're saying that you're
well, they're trying to say that if you transition into a woman, you are a real woman. And you're just not. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And I'm not trying, listen, man, I'm sorry if it's a surprise to you. Because it really shouldn't be that much of a surprise. You had a dingling going into the operation and now it's gone. So it's a surprise to you that you're a trans woman. I don't, whatever. But that's the argument that they make. You know what I'm saying? And we can get. So what they say is that instead of saying that when you're born, you're either a male or a female, they're saying the doctor assigns that because they look down there and they make a guess because they see a penis, they make a guess that you're male.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And because they see a vagina, they're making a guess that you're female. Now, as far as I knew, that wasn't a guess. And I really would love to hear what the doctors think about this. That's being pushed from the liberals, that it's a guess. I would really love, because I have yet to see a doctor. I've been looking, but I've yet to find a doctor or a group of doctors that are standing up and going, you're bugging out. Y'all are all bugging out. That ain't a fucking guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not guessing shit. This is science, and this is what I went to school for. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's just silly. People want to be accepted, but they won't accept themselves. And since you can't accept yourself, you lie to yourself. And now we all have to accommodate that lie. That's insane.
Okay, so in Arkansas, introduced legislation that would ban in some instances criminalize access to healthcare for transgender youth, which is pretty fucked up, if you ask me.
Medical experts agree gender affirming care is medically necessary. Now, first of all, gender affirming doctors are insane because a doctor is not supposed to affirm what you have. A doctor is supposed to tell you what it is you have, not affirm your beliefs. So it is insane.
So affirming
state as a fact,
assert strongly and publicly, or offer someone emotional support or encouragement.
Yeah, go to a fucking shrink for that. Don't go to a person that has the power to cut shit off.
I am Wolf Espinosa Villa.
Oh, no, here's a doctor.
Let's hear it.
I forgot the sound up. There we go.
You got me excited, brother.
I just want to speak from the heart for these kids who really are the bravest, brightest, type A, high achieving, amazing children.
Pause that 1 second right there.
I just can't go on.
She said they were brave. Okay. I mean, I guess nowadays we have a different opinion of what makes a person brave. Brightest, I would argue that, but I really can't blame them because the teachers are the ones that are confusing them. Type A, high achieving, amazing children. What's type A?
Like assertive?
Is that their blood type?
Type A is like big dick energy, but I guess you wouldn't really want to say big dick energy. In
type A, high achieving, amazing children. All right, so right off the bat. All right, come on, let's continue.
Amazing
I want to give her a chance.
Children. I mean, I just can't go on enough about them. They're just amazing kids, okay? And they know who they are, and they know who they are from a very young age. Just after this bill passed the House, these kids heard about it.
Hold on a second. Pause that. Pause that. After the bill passed the House, these kids heard about it. Mm-hmm. I wonder how. Mm-hmm. I wonder how they heard about it. Let me guess. They went home after school and said, "Ooh, I wonder if that bill passed." Is that what they want? See, this is the shit that I'm talking about, dog. It's just right up. All right, come on, let's go. I don't want to just. I want to give her a chance to talk, but it's so hard.
In our emergency room, because of an attempted suicide, just in the last week.
How many?
Multiple. I've had multiple children. Do you know how many phone calls I've had to field in the last week of children calling me saying, "Dr. Hutchison, if this happens, I'm going to kill myself."
Pause that, please.
Multiple. So.
Oh my God. I just had to pause it because I needed a breath. I can only take so many sentences at a time with this. She had multiple people, right? That's what she said in her office who tried to kill herself in 1 week. Mm-hmm. Is that what she said?
Yep.
I think she needs to question what the fuck is going on at school. And then she got multiple kids calling her up. She said, is that what she said? Calling her up, saying that if this bill passes, I'll kill myself.
Hold on.
And who is this lady again? Is she a teacher or is she like some? Since when? Listen.
Pediatric doctor.
She's a pediatric doctor who had children calling her up. She had children calling her up and saying they're going to kill themselves. They're going to kill themselves if this bill passes. Children were calling her up. See, this is believable, right? It's believable once you're able to accept all their other bullshit. See, that's what they want right there. That's what they want. They want us to say, yeah, I agree. Even though it doesn't make sense, I'm afraid to say something or whatever. Right. But I'm going to agree that, yes, some men have penises, some men have this, some men have this, some men have this, you know, and I'm transphobia and you could be a cat. They want us to say that so that we can accept that story right there. When has any kid ever called their doctor and said, if she's a doctor or if she's a teacher, I don't even know. Even if she's a teacher, even if she's a counselor. To be honest
with you, bro, listen. I know a bunch of people who are younger than me that have the craziest, weirdest relationships with doctors that they've known since they were kids, since they were children. Psychiatrists, you know, psychologists, psychiatrists, like prescribing doctors that have been giving them ADD meds, you know, Adderall, which is amphetamine salts. For those who don't know who take Adderall, you are taking speed.
Well, okay.
But they've been taking it, dude, since they were 12, 11, 10. It's crazy.
But do they always go to see the doctor or do you just write a script and send it in?
You got to go in and get that shit, bro.
Really? Because all the people out here just get prescripts. They call up, yo, where's my script? And they send it in.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, you know, I know a lot of people that it's not like that, you know.
So when they're having hard times, they call their doctor.
It's strange. It's very strange. You know, I mean,
you don't think that's a problem there too?
Yeah, it is a problem. You should be able to go to your family with that kind of stuff, bro. Somebody you're close to, somebody who knows you. You know,
I still don't believe her.
Huh?
I still don't believe her.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I don't believe her. I'm just saying I know that people do this. You know. It's odd, and it's people younger than me, you know. It's a new thing.
Yeah, well, you know what it is because they have to make these relationships with these kids so that they go to them instead of their parents, because their parents will be like, "Shut the fuck up and go in your room. You're watching too much TV." Good.
All right. You want to go now?
Let's watch the rest of this babble.
Enough about them. They're just amazing kids, okay? And they know who they are, and they know who they are from a very young age. Just after this bill passed the House, these kids heard about it. I've had multiple kids in our emergency room because of an attempted suicide. Just in the last week, multiple. I've had multiple children. Do you know how many phone calls I've had to field in the last week of children calling me saying, "Dr. Hutchison, if this happens, I'm going to kill myself." multiple. So I guarantee you, if this bill passes, children will die, and I will call you guys every single time one does.
Okay. Now, they're claiming that transitioning, right? Saves children's lives, right? I've been hearing that everywhere. So I decided to look up what the average age, what's the lifespan, the average lifespan of a person transitioned. Do you want to know what it is? I have it right in front of me. Don't look it up. I want to know if you want to know what it is. Don't look it up. I did your job just now.
I'm gonna. Well, I want to pull it up for the people. But
no, you can pull it up after you tell me.
I'm gonna say. Oh, so we doing prices right, closest without going over, or what?
No. I just want to know.
42. I'm gonna say 42. In between 37 and 42.
Okay, it's 30 to 32 years is your average lifespan. 30 to 32 years. So, do you think that what's being done is a Band-Aid? Or do you think what's being done cures the problem? Because that doesn't sound like to me that it cures the problem. You know what I'm saying? It sounds.
It's gender dysphoria, not dysmorphia.
Oh, dysphoria. Okay,
Yeah.
There you go. Dysphoria. Yeah, there you go. I was close. You know, I don't claim to know all this stuff, but, and we all know I'm terrible at remembering names and shit. But yeah, dysphoria, right? There you go. But either way, I mean, and listen, I feel, you know, like I said, I love my trans people, man. I got no problem with y'all. I wish y'all live longer. Let's find a way to make y'all live longer. You know what I'm saying? But obviously there's something wrong there. Obviously it still doesn't solve the problem, because I don't think a person's average lifespan, now don't get me wrong, the oldest one, I think just turned 99. Okay, so it's not saying that, you know, if you do that, you're guaranteed to, you know, by 32. I just looked up average. That's all, you know, and that's from a very small percentage. So.
Well, I'm looking at some of the
take what you want with it, you know.
Rebuffs to that.
All right, so what's it say?
I mean, it's America trans.
I have no problem with a rebuff, man. Please tell me something.
Well, I'm trying to really muddle through the article that is rebuffing it for their stat, but they don't really.
Well, I just looked up the stats of it. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't go through. I just put in what's the average age, you know, a transgender person lives.
Yeah.
Just to, you know, out of curiosity, because I kept hearing how children are going to die. So what kept them alive back before all this?
I mean,
that supposedly the suicide rate still remains the same, which is one of the highest suicide rates. And it remains the same pretty much, even if they transition.
yeah, man,
I'm wondering if that's why the average age is so low.
I think that
would be interesting to know. You know,
I think,
and of course you could say, why do I care? I don't care. But this is what's being flooded on. This is the agenda that's being pushed upon me and the society that I live in. So if I got to deal with it, then I should be able to have a say on it. And once again, I love my trans. I can't say it enough, man. I love my trans people, gay people. I don't give a shit. I love my trisexuals. Try anything you want. Just don't hurt nobody, you know. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna be fucking with truth and some sort of basic foundational truth.
Dude,
like I said, man, start that shit somewhere else and see how far that'll get you where anything goes. I used to love that idea, anything goes. I would love that idea. I used to be like, I would love if anything went, anything goes. I would love that. I think I was 16, 15. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you let the kids have a say. This is what happens when you let the kids speak and you take what they say back.
Dude, my parents didn't listen to me for shit, dog.
Why listen to you? Not to say kids don't know anything and they can't say something smart every now and then. but chances are, you know, it's coming from somebody adult. They're not figuring that shit out. It's our job to show them, man. Right. You know, it's our job to get them to a place where they can start to think for themselves. Yep. You know, and not fuck with their minds. Just teach them the basic truths. Let them, they're going to rebel on their own, people. What are you, afraid that they're just going to fall in line? Do you think that the rights kids don't bug out? You think the rights kids ain't out there fucking sniffing cocaine and being gay and doing all kinds of shit? You think that the Republicans kids aren't doing all that? They're rebelling. What are you, afraid that kids aren't going to rebel no more? You know? But I heard a term the other day called what is the left called? The Democratic left, the Democratic New World Order. And then that dude, that Italian dude, because that's where I heard it on his thing, he was talking about that. And, you know, he was like, and like I said, I don't agree with everything they say. There's a lot of stuff he says that makes me a little bit like, there it is. There's that control shit that you want to have. And I understand there has to be some sort of like basic whatever, but there's that control shit you want to have, you know, like, you know, they everyone shows their cards eventually. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying how, well, there's going to be a new world order. You know, there's going to be a new world order. He says it's all about what is that new world order, which I kind of agree. You know, I mean, I know how it's going to go. It's been written. So me personally, that's why I can sit back and just watch the games, you know, because to me, it's been written. So, you know, so it's just going to get real hectic for a while. And in the end, you know, the meek shall inherit the earth, you know, and I'm pretty meeky. So I'm feeling okay in this game. I'm feeling all right. I feel like I got a good spot in this fight, even though I don't know if I'm going to last through the whole thing. I might go away before that happens, but, you know, but we're in it. We're definitely in it. You know, we're in the chip era.
Yeah, dude, the chips, bro. Did you see this Democratic Rhode Island state senator twerking for campaign views?
Yeah, she got my vote. I mailed it in. I mailed my vote in. That's what this has come to. We're gonna have
hold on, dude. Let's just play.
I'm mad because I just edited myself. I'm mad because I just held back.
Hold on.
I held back and I'm actually upset at myself. But now I can't do it because I know if I would have just said it, it would have been said. But now I know it's going to be offensive. So that's her.
Oh, what the fuck? I want to get something with the sound.
Tyra Mac. Put the sound on, the volume. Click the volume. There you go. You can turn that up.
COVID-19.
Yeah, I'll just do it over.
Oh, right away. Right away. I need to find out who does their fucking promos because I need that person on my team.
Wow, what was it? I didn't even realize. What was it?
Well, no, it was a COVID-19 commercial popping up. Oh, this is this chick's thing. Oh no, this is somebody's response to it. That ain't her. That's someone's response to it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Why are you having such a hard time finding this? It's right there. Just play the damn thing. You gotta hit that. There's no volume.
We gotta wait for the ad first.
No, the X through the thing means there's no volume. Why'd you cut it off? What's going on?
Bro,
here?
Because it was a commercial, you jackass. It was going to be an ad, a 20-second ad.
Can't skip it?
No.
What is this world coming to? What is this world coming to, man? You can't even skip a fucking ad anymore. I'm telling you, man. This is what you people want.
Oh my God, what is going on?
I don't know, man. I'm leaving production in your hands. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there's no volume.
Yeah, you can hear the birds.
Oh, Senator Mac.
Wow. Wow. On her head, no less.
Vote Senator Mack.
Now, is that really twerking? Would you consider that an actual twerk or a twerk attempt?
I mean, she could have went harder. Honestly, that's my biggest criticism of her, is that there was no music, and I will call it a twerk, right? Just because the jiggle, right? But
she just stand on her head.
Yeah, it was very impressive. It was very impressive. But this
I wonder who got her up there. I wonder if she did it on her own or she had people come pick her up and like. Maybe they nailed her elbows into the fucking. Maybe they spiked her elbows into the.
Maybe there's somebody real skinny and small behind her.
Holding her up.
Like a cardboard cutout.
So that's hey, she might be the next president. You know.
We need a woman.
What happened?
So we need a woman president.
Do we? Do we really? Why do I feel like the first woman president is going to be transgender? In which case, all right, let's say, here's the scenario. Let's say the first woman president, right, is a trans woman, okay. Right? Would women still complain that they've never had a woman as president? Or would they be satisfied now that a woman became president? Boom. Here's a question that hasn't been asked.
Well, you can't ask me. You know, I can't answer it. You know,
I'm asking the one, maybe two female listeners that actually check out this podcast. If a trans woman, right, born biologically male, male becomes a female and becomes president, would you say that now we don't need a woman president anymore because a woman is now president? Or would you be like if we did the Obama to you? You know, they say Obama's the first black president, but he had black and white parents. Am I correct? Check out Obama's parents. I think, and they said he's Hawaiian or something.
Oh yeah.
Black and white, right?
Yeah.
Black and white parents. So what if they slip you the Obama? Because they call him the first black. And yes, I'll say he's black because, you know, I'm pretty sure he identifies as a black man because when I look at him, he appears to be a black man. So I'm pretty sure that's how he identifies. But if we're going to be technical about things, his parents half white, half black, right? Uh-huh. So we still haven't had like a full-blown black mom, black dad, son, daughter president. You know, so if they decided to Obama you and they give you Caitlyn Jenner, if Caitlyn Jenner becomes president, do we now have a woman president? And would you be satisfied with that? Would you be like, oh, yes. Would you celebrate, ladies? Would you go into the streets and say, yes, we finally have a woman president?
It's Obama's mother.
What was her name?
Stanley Ann Dunham.
Her name was Stanley?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's how he got the idea for Big Mike. Okay.
Oh, and she actually divorced.
Yeah, because
she divorced.
It's possibly slinging that dick all over the place, and she fucking divorced him. I mean, besides the point, though, I'm just saying, you know, my question. I feel like that's a legitimate question. I feel like that question goes right up with like, okay, let's say you're born biologically a woman, and you become a man, right? And you get arrested on a not on a misdemeanor, but on a
felonious offense.
You get a felonious offense and you got to go to jail. You want to go to the man's prison?
I'd prefer to go
or
to
the female's prison.
the women's prison. That's where I want to go. I think it should be a weight limit, you know? I think that's how it should really be done on a weight limit. If you're like,
I mean,
180
what's to
or
stop
less,
a person from getting locked up and then saying they identify as a woman? I can't be in a male prison because I identify as a woman. I need to be in the women's prison.
Well, dude, didn't that happen in New Jersey? And
there's a dude that like he murdered mad people.
No, we talked about it on the show.
Did we? I know there's some dude. I just saw a thing on it. He murdered mad people, and they put him in a female prison, and he murdered mad people. That's
bro. We talked about this on the show like a couple weeks.
Did we? I don't know. I forget too.
Yeah, 2 women incarcerated at Edna Mahan Correctional Facility, the state's only female prison, have become pregnant after having sex with a transgender inmate.
No, but I'm not even talking about that. Well, who's the transgender inmate? Because I'm just saying there's a transgender inmate who's a stone cold murderer. Like murderer. I think he murdered like this chick's son, his lady, and like 2 other people and shit. Vicious murderer. You know, I don't know what that person's in jail for, but that's what's going to happen too. You're going to get that. And then you're going to start having chicks pregnant in jail.
Okay.
You know,
so what are you talking about?
And with no abortion, it's a slippery slope. You can have a lot of fucking incarcerated babies being born. You know. You know. I know I'm saying that you should be allowed to, you know, ace them, but you know, I don't claim to be the most righteous person in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, there's some reasons why I could see you could have to murder somebody. So why not a baby? If I could in my head think of some reasons why I could see a person murdering somebody, then why can't I also see a reason for somebody wanting to murder that baby before it comes out? I could see it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I see where you're coming from, but it doesn't make it right.
I'm just saying, listen, I'm not allowed to just murder the motherfuckers that I would love to murder for the reasons that I have. So why are your reasons better than mine?
Right.
You know.
So what was this person you were talking about? The murderer?
I'll do the research and figure it out. You know, I don't even care. You know, you talk about it so much, it becomes a thing you don't even care anymore, man. Let the world go, man. You know, it's like Biden said, America could be summed up in one word. And I think not even Aristotle could have said it better.
Aristotle.
I was fishing for some crazy name. But I got the result that I wanted, which was you to laugh. Yeah, it's my ignorance that makes me adorable.
Aristotle's.
We know this. Did I say the name wrong, or is he just like a sculptor or some shit?
It's singular. It's not plural.
Oh, Aristotle.
Aristotle, yeah. Aristotle's.
Whatever. I'm surprised I got it so close. Okay. You know, I almost landed it, and I took a step forward.
Did you send? Oh yeah, or maybe I sent it to you. Yeah, this was Rogan that posted this. Shit was mad funny.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see if I can get.
I feel like no truer words have ever been spoken.
Yeah.
In reality, I heard that and I went, "Yep." It's the first time I understood what he was saying.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Dude, the cut to the music was so incredibly funny the first time I saw it.
Yo, it's funny every time I see it. But here's the thing. It's the first thing he said that I understood. No truer words have ever been spoken, people, than by that man right there right then. All right. No truer words, man. We are living, that, that's the thing. When they say know your history, you're doomed to repeat it, right? You got to look at every great culture, like every great, like the Romans and shit like that, when the morals were lost completely, then it collapsed. There has to be some sort of morality in order for anything to flourish. That's just human nature. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And
just the way it is.
All of these cultures had the time where they were reigning for a little over 200 years, give or take 50 to 100 years, like the British Empire was on top for, 200 plus years. The Roman Empire was on top for a long ass time. The Ottoman Empire was on top for a while.
Then the couches.
The couches. Yeah. The armoires. The armoires and the Aristotles.
But yeah, but exactly what you're saying.
No, this is what happens. But what you're talking about, also a welfare state, and when morals and these kind of things start to happen, this is the end. Like this is the beginning of the end, or really the middle of the end.
Yeah. And listen, nobody in their lifetime has been more anti-government than me, people. I'm not saying that the government. In fact, I'm saying the opposite. Like the government can't be telling us that our kids have to learn this in school. That shouldn't be in school. Teachers shouldn't have these relationships with these kids where the kid knows what the teacher does when they go home.
Right.
Why?
Dude, I remember not even knowing if my teacher was married or where they fucking lived.
Well, I followed all my teachers home just so that if they try to fail me, I could threaten them. But that's a whole other story. And neither here nor there.
But just not here.
But there's certain things I don't think the government should have their hand in. I don't think they should be. I do believe in privacy. I believe if there's not a right, because I've heard somewhere that there's not a right to privacy in the Constitution, well, then there should be one. And that's the thing too. Like if we want to just go back to that Roe v. Wade, basically what they said was in the Constitution, there was no part of the Constitution that defended their argument. But if you had that argument, instead of crying and instead of complaining how your daughters, how are you going to explain to your daughters that they're not going to be able to freely take dick, and if they should get pregnant, they got to kill that. They can't kill their baby. How do they explain that to their daughters? I've seen so many videos like that. How do I explain that to my daughter? And it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want my daughter to get an abortion. You understand what I'm saying? Forget about, I wouldn't want my daughter to have a reason to get an abortion. That's why I was open and spoke to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And talk to her about the pros and the cons and the consequences of what happens when you do that. And thank God she fucking listened. And I still am not a grandfather from either of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not, because that's what happens when you teach them to make right decisions. Because there's a whole thing of, how about the choices before that? Nobody's talking about the choices you make before that. Freedom of choice. Yeah, freedom of choice. But what about, I'm pro-choice. And you were allowed to make all those choices that led you into this problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you're not taking responsibility.
I took responsibility in every way that I ever had to, and was allowed to, straight up. So you're talking to the wrong dude. When I meet a chick and she tells me that her baby's daddy don't give her money, fuck that dude. What do you mean you don't give him money? You're talking to a dude who never missed a payment. Even after I lost my job, I never missed a payment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to have a view on abortion. I could have a view on abortion because I've been through that shit. You know what I'm saying? without my say. I had no say in it. Because if I would have had a say in it, I would have did what I had to do. Even if that meant me taking it myself. Why? Because I'm a do what you got to do type of dude. Because that's how we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the people around me, that's how we was raised. You do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I understand fear. I live a life of fear. That's why when women talk about, you don't know how bad women got it. We walk around in fear of men. Yeah, so do I. I'm a little dude with no power. I got no security. I'm a little dude. I'm scared of the same dudes you scared of.
Mm-hmm. At least you're funny.
Yeah, but usually not on the like under the pressure like that, where I gotta crack a joke that makes this man not want to take my money. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I'm just saying, if you're looking for sympathy, I have none. If you're looking for empathy, I have that. But if you're looking for sympathy, I have none. You know what I'm saying? But I do have empathy. I do understand that, yeah, it's scary, and sometimes you make choices that, yeah, put your whole life on hold. I didn't start doing comedy till I was 42 years old. Why? Mm-hmm. I was signed to Epic Records and stopped doing music right when my son was born. Why? Because I had to take care of the consequences of my actions. You know what I'm saying? And I love my son. So I did what I had to do. I raised him. He became the age where now, people, here's the thing, man, they're only ours for a minute. They become an age where they're not yours anymore.
Right.
They become an age where they don't belong to you anymore. They'll still come to you for you to bail them out when they get into trouble, and that's what we're supposed to be there for. But we have no say in that. My son just did his whole neck. My advice was don't do it, but he went and did it. What am I supposed to tell him?
Yeah.
He's 25 years old. What am I going to do? You're punished. You're on timeout. Or fight his big ass because he didn't do what I asked him to do. It's not for me to say. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
He's going to make his own decisions. I could just try to guide him in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to save everybody from making wrong decisions. And all we're doing is confusing children. And we're trying to turn this world into a world where anything goes. When anything goes, everything goes. Start fucking loving yourselves, people. When you love yourself, you don't go for the okie doke. You don't go for the bullshit. When you truly love yourself, you don't give a fuck about who validates you. Think I give a fuck who validates me? I get 32 fucking views of this shit on YouTube. Thank God for fucking Spotify. But I wouldn't give a fuck. 32. I don't need them motherfuckers to validate me. I know this show is the shit because I'm on it. That's the confidence I need. I keep telling myself that, so I believe it.
That's how things become true.
Greatest.
You speak
I'm not the greatest. I'm a realist. I'm not the greatest, but I'm one of them. It's only conceited if you're wrong.
Right.
I'm as humble as they come. But don't mistake my humbleness for not knowing my value in life. And my value comes from me, not from anybody else. You think I give a fuck if strangers validate me? You know how many shows I do where I eat a dick? And what do I always say, Brian? What do I always say? I don't need your validation. I'm one of those few comics that I'm not going to go home and beat myself up over this shit. In fact, what I'm going to do is go deeper into this hole.
Yeah.
And leave. I tell people I'm the last one. You ain't got to. I come from the school of Patrice. That's where I learned that from. Look, you don't look like you're going to like me. Leave.
Yeah.
I'm the last person here. There's no one on after me. You're not going to miss nothing other than seeing one of the greatest to do it.
Yeah. That's
Speaking
a philosophy
of which,
to have, bro.
Speaking of which, well, I mean, listen, man, you got to have that kind of attitude. I don't think I'm the best. I don't. I know there's people better than me, but I'm one of them. I feel that in my heart. You know what? And if you don't believe me or you think I'm being conceited, come see me. I would love to try to prove it to you.
Inbox me for tickets.
Yeah, inbox me for tickets at Gary G. Garcia on Instagram. All right. There's many chances you can come and see me to see if I'm good or not. You can catch me, in fact, Monday, the 11th. Is that what it is? The 11th, Monday? I think it's the 11th of July. I'm going to be over at where am I going to be again? I'm going to be over at Apollo Bud. I'm going to be at Apollo Bud. And speaking of Apollo Bud is one of our sponsors, man. If you need good bud and want to check out a comedy show every other week on a Monday night, low price of $10, come over to Apollo Bud, man, and come check me out as I give some of the coolest and up and coming stars of New York a chance to shine. And as the summer gets a little more into it, I'll be bringing some people down from Philly. So come check that out. You can catch me at acjokes.com. You can catch me over at the Grizzly Pear, midnight every Monday with my brother Adam Gable. And you can follow me, Gary G. Garcia, on Instagram, Facebook, everything else. And if your love life is in the slump, your relationship is in the dump, get yourself XXX Playground, the board game, and then hump. Ah, shit, this motherfucker's making jingles, okay? XXXplayground.com. Check them out. Copy yourself a game.
And while you're playing the game, get yourself some What's Good CBD Delta 8 gummies, man. You take
That's
2,
right.
maybe
CBD
3.
loosens, all the orifices.
Yeah, they come with a 10-pack, I believe. So, depending on how many people you get, 10 a piece, 1 a piece, 5 a piece, really whatever you want. And check out And It Was Good on Instagram _It Was Good. We got some interviews coming from some people growing the ganja.
Very cool. And also don't forget to check out onlyinsult.com.